Hey everybody, David here, and today I want to give 5 picks of what I think, 5 choices of what I think Chris Evans should be in some sort of a musical. Recently, I think it was an interview, or I actually didn't read the quote itself, but apparently Chris Evans did say he was interested in being in a musical. And the whole internet started talking about it, and a lot of people want to see him in a musical now. And I like musicals myself, specifically when it comes from Disney. I like non-Disney musicals as well. I'm going to say that. But I'm going to choose 5 movies that haven't been made yet that I think Chris Evans will be in. Now, I promised myself 4 of these movies are Disney movies, of course. Disney, maybe that Disney would make into live action remakes eventually one day. I did pick one non-Disney though, because number one, I thought it would be interesting to see him in that, and number two, I shouldn't just make it Disney exclusive. But let's get right into this. Starting with my first choice, I'm going with The Hunchback of Notre Dame. Or Notre Dame. Yes, I thought if I were to cast Chris Evans in any movie, any Disney live action remake, I think he could play Phobos. I think that's the way you pronounce the name, Phobos. The knight, he was recruited to be one of the knights to defend France, I guess. He was brought in by Frollo, who was the villain of the movie. I thought, why not have Chris Evans play him? The character is blonde. I think it could work. I'm not just casting because he's blonde, but I thought, well, it's already there, and why not? So that's my first choice that I would pick for Chris Evans. That I think he would be a good match for. It would be a different type of role for him too. So. There you go. Unfortunately, what I didn't like about that movie was that the Hunchback himself, Quasimodo, didn't get the girl. Phobos did. So maybe they could do a switcheroo and maybe have Esmeralda go to Quasimodo. And I'm sure Chris Evans is cool with that, like with somebody else getting the girl instead of him. After all, he's the 70-year-old virgin in the Marvel Cinematic Universe. So, moving on to my next choice, I picked Kristoff from Frozen. Now, of course, this is a more modern Disney film, and people are like, this is too early. But look, if I'm going to pick a movie, why not pick Chris Evans as Kristoff? I think he would be a pretty solid choice for that role. I think he could pull it off. But yes, it probably is a little bit too early to do a remake on Frozen, especially since we're getting Frozen 2 coming up. But just in case Disney is thinking about it, I wouldn't mind seeing Chris Evans in the role of Kristoff. There you go. And he has a song in the movie, so it would be perfect. Phobos didn't have a song, but seeing how Disney likes to create new songs for their remakes, maybe they can give a song to Chris Evans, a newly created one. Moving on, I have Tangled. I would cast Chris Evans as Flynn Rider in Tangled. Again, this one is a more recent Disney movie, but why not? I mean, again, Flynn Rider has a couple of moments where he gets to sing. It wouldn't be a bad role for him either. I think he has that charisma that he can carry with that movie and that character. He has that kind of charm and charisma, yeah. So there you go. That's my third choice. Now, my fourth choice is going old school Disney. Are you ready? The Little Mermaid. I would cast Chris Evans as Prince Eric. Why not? I think there's some nice casting yet. You know The Little Mermaid is eventually going to get remade. There is no doubt. Let's remember, The Little Mermaid, Beauty and the Beast, Aladdin, and The Lion King are the 4 movies that started the Renaissance era for Disney. Those were the 4 films that saved Disney hand-drawn animation at the time. Disney animation was going downhill, and if it wasn't for those 4 movies, those four movies are considered the pinnacle. Disney animation would be gone by now. So why not, if they do remake The Little Mermaid, that is the perfect movie to throw Chris Evans in there. He's still a young guy. I know Prince Eric is supposed to be like 18. You can make the characters a little older. I think they have been, right, with characters like Beauty and the Beast. Aladdin doesn't look like he's an 18-year-old. He looks like he's in his early 20s for sure. Same thing with Jasmine. And Jasmine was supposed to be 16 years old in that original Aladdin movie. Go look it up. So, yeah, Chris Evans as Prince Eric, sure, why not? And I know, again, just like Phobos, Prince Eric doesn't have a song, but they can always make a song for him in that, if they ever do a live action remake. So there you go. Like they have been. They're creating new songs they created some for Beauty and the Beast. They confirmed there's going to be some new ones with Aladdin. Jasmine is finally getting her own solo song in this new upcoming Aladdin remake. So there you go. Finally, the last choice on my list is a non-Disney movie, like I hinted at earlier in the video. This one I thought would be an interesting one. Willy Wonka and the Chocolate Factory. Now, they don't have to remake it. They could do a sequel, like apparently they have been planning. And the original Willy Wonka, part of its charm is some of the songs that they had in that original version, you know? I know Willy Wonka had I forgot what the song was, and I better not sing it or I'll get copyrighted. But he had a really nice song in that original film. And the Oompa Loompas even sing. I think even Charlie and his grandfather sang a little bit in that movie. So the original Willy Wonka was a musical, and it would be nice to see Warner Brothers take that franchise in that direction instead of making a prequel, which is going to be kind of lame. I think. I don't know. I haven't seen it yet, but maybe they can surprise me and do a really good prequel for this movie. So, but me personally, I would make a true sequel, just like how they did with Mary Poppins Returns last year. I would just make it a true sequel by making it a musical at the same time. So, I mean, let's not have Disney do all the fun family musicals, right? Let's let Warner Brothers and other companies try it, but it doesn't seem like a lot of them are interested. But clearly, people will go and see it, especially if it's a sequel to a beloved classic. And Willy Wonka is a classic. Of course, you're never going to capture that original vibe if you're not going to add some music to it. I'm just saying. And Chris Evans, I think, would make it pretty interesting Willy Wonka. I don't think he would play it the way Johnny Depp played it. So there you go. With that being said, I want you guys to comment below, and if you liked my choices, tell me. If you didn't, comment below and tell me what your choices. What would your 5 choices be? What musicals? They don't have to be sequels or remakes or whatever. They could be whatever you want. Maybe there's a Broadway play that hasn't been turned into a movie yet. So comment below. Have fun with this conversation. And until next time, take care.